Hey guys, this is Frankie Painter Fitness, and today's Friday, so this is your Fitness with Frankie on Friday. But I wanted to do something a little bit different today. Normally I give you exercises. Today, I'd like to talk to you about a sport that our family absolutely loves, and that is disc golf. Now, I know a lot of you probably know about disc golf. Either you play yourself, your kids might play, or you know somebody that plays. But if you don't know about it, it's definitely something that you should know about. And the reason for that is because very much like regular golf, I think that disc golf is a sport that you can play well into your later years in life. As long as you can walk and throw a lightweight disc, you can play this sport. Obviously, aim is a good quality as well, but that's a skill that you can learn as you play. So, I just want to give you a little bit of information about it. Very much like regular golf. So, in regular golf, you've got all different types of clubs that you choose based on what you're trying to do. If you are driving, if you're hitting a drive, if you are hitting out of the sand or the deep rough, or you're putting, you have a specific club for that. In disc golf, you can go that route and have different discs for different things that you want to do. But when I started playing disc golf, I had one disc, and it was actually a frisbee, which is bigger than a regular disc golf disc. And that's what I used because I had only ever thrown a frisbee. Now I have 3 discs that I use all the time, no more than 3. And mostly I use this one because it's my most reliable, and I kind of know what it's going to do. Now my son, he has a bag here, and I don't know if you can see this. It has like 9 discs in the bag, and this is a small bag. Very serious disc golfers can have many more discs. They carry them in backpacks. They have bigger bags than that. They have pull carts. It really just depends on how serious you are and how specific you want to get in terms of the shot that you're trying to make. So there are disc golf courses all over the place. Now, I'm in DeLand. The closest one that we go to, or the one we go to the most, is River City Nature Golf. That is in DeBary, and it's almost right across the street from the Disc Golf Center store in DeBary, and that store is amazing. So if after what I tell you today kind of piques your interest, I would suggest going to that store. It's called Disc Golf Center, I believe. I'll put the link, the name of it, in with this video so you have that. But that store is in a little shopping center. It looks very unassuming, but when you walk in, there are rows and rows and shelves of discs, all colors, all brands, all different, you use them all for different reasons. But the other thing I really like about it, the people in there are extremely knowledgeable. They all play disc golf. So if you're looking for something specific, or if you're a beginner and you say, hey, I'm just starting out, what do I need to start with? They are amazing at that. And I believe that they said to us they are the largest online retailer of discs out there, maybe in the United States, I'm not sure, but it's pretty significant. And it's just this small store. So definitely go check them out. Discs can range, like I just did a real quick check on their website, from $7.50, and then they have some that are $35. So you do have to kind of think about that, because just like in regular golf, you lose golf balls, you throw them, you hit them in the water, you hit them in the trees, you can't find them. That exact same thing happens with discs. We've lost plenty in a pond, or stuck up in a tree, or in brush, and we just looked and we couldn't find the discs. So you do kind of want to think about that, especially when you're throwing a $35 disc and you might be going over water. I'm not very accurate, so I would never do that. I'd make sure that I was using a cheaper disc for that. But some similarities in the two things. So like I said, You have different types of discs, just like you have different types of clubs. At least the disc golf courses we play, you can have a 9-hole, you can have an 18-hole. We've played some that are 20 or 23 holes in, you know, the area, the course. It just all depends. Sometimes you pay to play, sometimes it's a donation, and a lot of times it's completely free. It just depends on where the course is, if it's on private land and who's having to maintain it and things like that. But a quick search in your area of disc golf courses, and it's very easy to find them. We take our discs pretty much everywhere with us, just so if we come across a course that's new and, you know, something in a different place, then we'll play it. We just went to Colorado last weekend and played 4 courses, I think 4 or 5, in the span of 4 days. And it's just a way to get out into nature and enjoy it in a different way. The baskets, so like in regular golf, you have a hole and you hit the ball into, you know, the hole. The disc golf, in disc golf, you have baskets, and typically the baskets are metal. They are stuck in the ground, and then they have kind of going up from them these chains, and you throw your disc into the chains, and then it lands into a basket in the bottom. We've played some that are better than others. It just kind of depends, but pretty much the baskets are universally the same. Obviously, the disc golf course itself changes depending on where you are. In Florida, pretty much all the courses are flat. You have some that have lots of trees in them, and I'm terrible at those because I hit every tree that's available. Some courses are wide open. They go all through fields. The ones we played in Colorado were all up and down mountains, which makes it really hard and very challenging. But the best thing about it, I think, is that it requires very little other than being able to walk the course, which is usually shorter than a regular golf course. And like I said, throwing a very lightweight disc. It's a sport that pretty much anybody can play. So I would suggest, if you don't know anything about it, look it up. You could go to River City Nature Golf. I think they have 2 disc golf courses there, 2 18-hole courses. The only thing I have to say about that course, I feel like, is the signage on it, telling you, you know, how long the hole is, where the basket is, just things like that is not very good, and sometimes it's kind of hard to know where to go. Some courses are definitely better than others at providing that information. So in other words, when you get up to your tee box, there will be a little placard there. It will tell you the hole number. It'll tell you how far it is. It'll show you usually where the basket is in relation to where you're standing. And some holes will have multiple basket locations. So it'll show you where it is that day, because to make a course more interesting, a lot of times the designers will have different locations for the baskets, and they'll go and change them, just like in regular golf, they change the position of the pin. So the placard will have that on there, you know, it'll have the distance and that kind of thing. So you have an idea of how, you know, what you have to do for that hole. And some courses do a much better job of keeping those signs updated than others. So that is something that you have to think about. But also, there are websites that give you reviews on courses, so you know how good a course is, kind of what you're getting yourself into before you go. And I see a bee flying around my screen there. But before you go to play a disc golf course, you can find out a little bit about what others think about it. So, I hope that gives you some very basic information. Kids can play it too. Like I said, the biggest thing really is the aim, but that's part of the fun of the game. The more you play it, the better you get. You figure out what your discs are going to do. Some fly very straight, some purposely go to the left, some purposely go to the right, some go far, some are for short. But all that is something that you can do later. Just grab a disc, find a disc golf course, and go play, because it is in Florida getting cooler now. It's a perfect time to get out there. There are less bugs. And disc golf has, at least in my opinion, our family's been playing probably about 15 years, become a very, very popular sport, especially over this pandemic time, because it is outside. You can stay 6 feet apart. You don't have to be next to somebody else. And it's just something fun to do. So I encourage you to go check it out. And if you do, or if you have questions, let me know. I am by no means an expert, but I thought this is a sport. I don't see a whole lot of women playing it, but it is so much fun. It's very challenging, and it's also extremely frustrating at times. But it is a great activity for you to do and to add into what you currently do. So I encourage you to get out and do that. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. And again, let me know if you have any questions. I'll try to answer them, or at least find somebody who knows the answer. All right, thanks so much. Have fun.